What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Planet Zoo. As always, if you guys are enjoying this series, make sure you leave a like on the video. It'd be greatly appreciated. In the last episode, we didn't really accomplish all that much, if I'm being honest, but it do be being that way sometimes. And actually, it's kind of nice just to have an episode like that where I can take my ideas and actually, like, put them out in front of us into the world. So, today, I've actually made a little list of things that we're actually going to accomplish, starting over here with our otters yet again. So in the previous episode, they contracted a bit of a disease. Doesn't seem like it's anything too severe, but I kept trying to rack my brain, like, how could this happen? How could our perfectly healthy otters suddenly contract some sort of weird disease? Well, we don't exactly have any water filtration systems in place for these guys, so I think that's what we're going to start off with today. Let's just go ahead and pause things, head into facilities, under utilities right here, the water treatment plant. I want this to be pretty much in the center of this little walkway right here. Now, this is going to be a temporary placement because if we switch to the negative impact on guest heat map, you can see that's obviously going to have a pretty severe negative impact. But back to water, thankfully, it's starting to clean up right here. None of these actually have any animals in them, like none of these other ponds and things, so I don't think it's super important we have filtration in place for those. But this one, we're actually going to grab now that it's sort of locked into this grid, and I'm just going to move it into the trees back here. I feel like that's going to be a good spot, and then we could do like a staff path. Let's just make sure, yeah, that's not going to get in the way of any of our guests. Perfect. But we could do a staff path, sort of snaking through the woods back here. Could be coolish. Could be coolish. I'm just going to try to go, like, in between all these trees. Some of them have enough space for that. Others maybe not so much. Let's bring it around this direction. Whoops. Right here. Right next to that fern. Okay. Dude, this actually worked out really well. And then we'll just spin it around and connect it up to that other path. That should be perfect. And this way, we're not going to have any guests walking out there. You know, they definitely shouldn't be out there. It will only be our mechanics. So, water filtration in place. Hopefully, this is going to prevent our otters from contracting any more diseases. I'm just assuming that their water was the problem there. You can see their cleanliness is already going up. It was at 50% when I first clicked on this thing. Good lord. You can see here we have our vet still running out here, trying to kind of transport the otters to and from the vet research area. Or not the vet research area, but the... what do you call this? The vet surgery center. Sure, we'll go with that. Small clawed otter has joined the pack. Okay, this one is disease-free now. That's good. And then I think the vet should be grabbing one more animal. I was kind of under the impression that the bebe were not going to be affected, but you can see here, he's already incubating this new disease. Let's check this bebe. He's clear. Good deal. And then this adult, I don't know if this is the male or the female. That is the male, still incubating the campylobacteriosis. So we are going to let our, I keep having to like duck. I can't see the P on my keyboard because my microphone is kind of in the way of it. Anyways, totally beside the point. Doesn't matter. But we're going to pause things because now I want to do what I had mentioned in that previous episode, which is kind of build like a stilted set of structures over here just above the water. I'm picturing like a French Polynesian Bora Bora type looking structures, you know, thatch roof, the whole nine. So really quick, I'm gonna see if I can't get just like the rough skeleton of these buildings created, and then we can go from there, add some, you know, decoration and things, maybe specific to each shop. Time will tell.
What follows is a brief construction montage. We hope you enjoyed this brief construction montage.
I know what you guys are thinking. Toogii, what the heck did you just make? It looks awful. I know it doesn't look like much right now, but have some hope, okay? Just have a little faith. I think, personally, I think this is going to turn out fan-freaking-tastic. Next, we have to rotate it slightly, and then now we're just going to get it sort of drug into a little bit better position right here. doesn't look all that bad, but it's stilted for a reason. I need it to be a little bit deeper into the water. Maybe just get those like center columns, center pillars into the water a little bit more. That, my friends, looks very, very good. Okay, probably not permanent placement, but for right now, it's gonna work just fine. Next, we're gonna grab our paths, and then instead of selecting the quote-unquote 4-meter path piece, I'm instead going to select the entire group. What that's gonna do is hopefully allow us to place all these paths around here. So on the outskirts, on these little portions here, these like peninsula-looking doodads, I want to try to do a little bit of a seating area. Not a whole bunch, but just like 2 picnic tables on either side should be fine. The main goal of this isn't to have our guests eat up here. It's just supposed to look a little bit prettier. Also, I had to disable our research yet again because I forgot that we would have to research the thatch roof. So we'll turn that back on here in a moment. But for now, dudes and dudettes, this is looking great. I don't care for the path supports though, so we might be disabling those. And we'll just get those replaced down. No big deal. Now, before we go any farther, I do want to at least get the path connected up to the main path here, so our vendors and our guests can still access these facilities. Look at that. We've already got a small group of people making their way up. That's looking nice. Looking very, very nice. What's not looking nice, though, is this. I don't actually think anyone can interact with these facilities. Like, are they going to try to go in the bathroom right now? Maybe. Yep, okay, they're doing it. Well, they just walked right through that fence, but that's okay, you guys. All we have to do is connect that up. We'll do the same thing over here. And then as far as the like rest of the fence goes, I do think I'll be doing a custom fence, but we're going to be tackling that a little while later on. Now I want to go through and add all of the facility decorations, like the shop awnings and stuff like that. Maybe some signage as well. Probably wouldn't hurt. They really do give us a lot of good options for both shop fascias and shop awnings. I, however, am going to opt in for the kind of default Planet Zoo shop fascia. I just really like the look of it. I think it's going to work well all the way around this thing. And my main idea for this is to kind of do mainly white and brown. Not a whole lot of colors, so I think this one is going to fit perfectly. I do need to adjust the brown color, though. It's more of like an orangey brown, and I need it to match the pillars a little bit nicer. But good start here. And then as far as the Bernie's Bakes or any of the other advertisements for that matter go, I think I'm going to try to just squeeze in a little symbol up there. Let's see what we have for Bernie's. We have this larger $40 sign that could work. Will this fit in here? It actually will. It doesn't fit perfectly, but I like the look of that. I've gone ahead and recessed it a little bit into that shop fascia, and I think it looks a little bit nicer like that. So next, we're gonna grab the shop surround and the fascia, and we're just gonna very simply copy and paste those over here. So we have kind of a similar vibe. Oh, I should have changed the color before I moved them. Dang it. Funny enough, this wood color up here in the center cannot be changed, and it matches very, very well. So I'm just going to try to mirror that, I suppose. I know I'm never going to get it, like, spot on, but this'll work. Right? That looks pretty good. Actually, what would this look like in white? I kind of dig that. I actually kind of dig that. Okay, let's just go around and make the same changes to these other ones then, and we'll be in business. Now we've got to get our Mexcellente signage and get that placed roughly in the center of that right there. And then this is going to be water. Oh, there's going to be a lot of options for water, obviously. I think this is the one we want. Oh, man. It just feels so good to actually build something that looks decent, especially after the previous episode where I just struggled a lot. A lot. But let's get these recessed as well so they look the same as the Bernie's Bakes on the other side. I was kind of thinking that we could change the colors of the shops, but I don't think we can. That must just be... Oh, you know what it is? I think it's just these buildings. Yeah. Yeah, we can change the color of these somehow right here, but we don't have a color editor for these little shops over here, or the vendor stalls, I guess. It's all good. It's all good. This bathroom, though, we can change, and I'm definitely going to, because this blue color scheme is not working whatsoever. So I'm gonna try for white walls up on the top section there. The tile, obvious choice would be that brown. I don't think it's gonna look all that great, though. And then the floor, let's do brown as well. How does this look? I can't tell because it's got that blue tint to it because it's highlighted. You know what? You know what? That's okay. That actually makes it blend in really well. Totally cool with that. Okay, next, we're gonna need some, like, fake windows or something. I just feel like it's missing windows. I kind of think that the shutters are unnecessary until I delete them, and then I just really don't like the way it looks. So I'm gonna try it with the shutters for now. We're just gonna select this entire wall and get it copied around. Copy and paste, dude. That's the name of the game sometimes. What do we think about that? It's not terrible, right? Could be worse. Could always be worse. The inside in here... Oh, I didn't realize that the roof had a bunch of empty space in there. We might be able to use that to our advantage, though, somehow. There we go. Okay. I like this. I like this. Now we can still have, you know, the underside of the roof visible for just this underpass. There's really no use for this other than just allowing guests to get around a little bit more freely. This looks great, you guys. I'm loving the way that this is coming together. Have I mentioned how much I love this new camera mode as well? It's just kind of great. It is just kind of great. Okay, where do we go from here? We probably need more advertisements and stuff, but for right now, I'd say we're looking good. Let's try to focus now on the custom railing for around here. And then we have stuff like this, you know, minimal gaps that no one else is going to notice other than us. But we should probably fill these with something, even if it's just a random old piece of wood. Anything should work. Now that we've gone through and gotten rid of the original railing that was connected to the path, I'm just going to do something real simple. And I'm going to grab some of these logs. We're going to rotate them around every now and then. And we'll try to do a custom railing with this. Next, I need, like, some rope. Oh, we could use these. That could be cool. Let's put this straight over here, and then let's grab the curved, and we'll try that over here. I want to test both of them just to see if I prefer one over the other. You know, for a simple fence, I don't think that would be that bad. Let's try this guy over here, though. The straight rope doesn't look as realistic because a rope, I mean, unless we put just a bunch of tension on the thing, it would never look like this. Decisions. We could also use both of them. Like maybe something like this. Maybe. Truthfully, I think I just like the curved one better. It looks more believable. You know, the straight one, like I said, it just, I don't know, something about it just kind of putting me off. So, I'm going to go with this curved one. And now I'm just going to go through and try to get them brought all the way around this building. We'll see if it looks better when it's all complete. In the world of Planet Zoo, if there were a builder's code that we had to sort of follow, I can tell you for sure this railing is not up to code whatsoever. It's like the most unsafe railing you've ever seen, but I don't think any of these guests are going to be jumping over the low-hanging ropes anytime soon. So now I want to try to address this slight little gap that we have in between these two columns. And to do that, I'm actually using the beam rope coils instead of the large rope coils for the bamboo because it's just not quite big enough for what we're trying to do. So I'm going to place one here. We're going to rotate, place another one. Boom. Looks pretty good. Move up just a little bit. Place one, rotate, place another, and there we go. We now have a nice like knot of rope around that beam. I think this is going to look pretty great, but it is going to be kind of time consuming, so I've got to go around and just get right after it. Honestly, you guys, this just looks so much more complete now with some simple rope put around a pillar. Like, who would have thought? Who would have thought? But now that we have that done, you guys might be able to tell we have some odd gaps kind of around the path itself. So next, what I'm going to do is probably just try to grab some like wood beams or something and just kind of fill that in along the sides. The path always looks horrible when it's elevated. Like, even over here, it's just, I don't know, man. Something about it. It's so thick. Like, 2 C's. I'm talking thick with 2 C's. So I'm gonna try to just cover that up. Leave it to me to spend the first 2 hours of my recording on one measly building. One building. But it does look really, really good. Cannot complain whatsoever. It's exactly what I had envisioned. This baseboard here is a little chunkier than I was hoping for, but the concrete, like the exposed concrete on the underside of the path, is just so gross. So anything is better than that. Oh, Bagus! Bagus is back. Bagus has been healed. How we looking? How are all the otters doing now? Are we cured? Ooh, just the one. Just the one. Vet, if you could, he's gonna, please? Okay. He was getting a little too close to the bebe. There we go. All right, now let's make sure none of these are incubating the disease. We're golden. We are golden. Why has your food been piled on the ground instead of your food tray? You don't have an answer for me. I don't know why I'm asking an otter. But yeah, dude, this place looks awesome. Hopefully, as soon as our vendors come out here, we'll start to see a few guests as well. A couple of finishing touches still need to be added, but I have sort of finished with that for the time being. So next, what we need to do is focus on building a keeper hut, a dedicated keeper hut just for our keepers for the otters. The 4 facilities that need to be contained within this new building are the research center, the workshop, a keeper hut, of course, as we just discussed, and an additional staff resting room, because our vendors right now have to walk all the way to the front of the zoo, which isn't going to work long term. So I think we should probably get something in place out here for them. Now, to keep this simple and to make sure that I don't spend another 2 hours on just one little building, I'm quite literally going to duplicate an existing building, and we're going to edit it and tweak it, make it actually work for 4 facilities instead of just these 2 larger ones. And now that we have the building placed down, I might actually adjust my idea slightly. So we've already got the staff resting room. Let's go ahead and delete this one. We've already got a big keeper hut. I was just going to do this small guy here, but let's just go ahead and scrap that as well. Now, all we have left is the mechanic workshop and the research center. Let's see how big the big versions of those are. We might be able to use the same building for these 2 as well. And then where is the large... Oh, there isn't a large workshop. Okay, I was thinking there was for some reason. Well, in that case, we could do a slightly different building. I think this could work out okay. Since this building's pretty much just ready to go, I'm going to get it slid into roughly its final resting place. Right there seems pretty good for right now. Next, we're going to duplicate it yet again, but this one we are going to have to edit significantly. So we'll get that placed down. The staff resting facility is going to be deleted, as well as the signage. Same thing with that keeper hut. So back into facilities. First thing we need is a brand spanking new large research center. And then this is where it's going to get kind of weird, because the only thing we have to place now is the workshop, which is, as you can see, very, very small. So I'm going to place this on the backside, since it does have a window just right here. This is going to kind of suck, because we have to now create sort of an overhang just over top of the doorway here. Like I said, it's going to be super, super weird, but just hang in there, all right? Hang in there. I think it'll end up looking just fine. We've got our basic walls done. The last thing we need to do is just get the new door frame slid into position, so you guys can kind of see that overhang that I was talking about. Ooh, we're also going to have to kind of fill this in if we can. That shouldn't be too terribly difficult, I don't think. Might take a little bit of time, but no sweat. Backside, looking good. Windows are lining up. Oh, the colors. Let's change that really quick before I forget. Icon can probably stay. Window trim color is going to be white. Door is going to be black. Yes? Yes, that looks good. Next, using these little beams in the ground for alignment, I'm going to duplicate this beam that we've created and just slide it on out until it looks like it wants to line up. That actually looks pretty good. For just a quick drag and drop, Very pleased with that. Okay, but the backside of this pillar, you can see, isn't really a pillar. So what I need to do now... Oh, this is going to be impossible because it's two separate pieces. Right. If I rotate that all the way around, it's going to be clear over there. Okay, let's get this drug over now. Shouldn't be too bad. All the way over to here. There we go. All right, not terrible, not terrible. Filling in this weird roof gap, I'm just going to try to use the rustic stone that we've been using. It's not going to look the greatest, but it'll get the job done. There we go. At least now you can't see like the underside of the roof from in there. I think that'll be fine. No one's even going to notice that. No one is even going to notice, but that's a solid looking building. Okay, with that done, let's try to get this drug over, and we'll figure out where we want to put this. I don't know if the transformer's going to stay there permanently, but since we've already got that path constructed, I'm just going to drop her down right there, and then we can bring this. Maybe not. We'll do that. That works. For now. It works for now. A lot of stuff, dude, it is subject to change, believe me, but for right now, let me just check my list. Make sure we've got everything that I set out to do today. Oh, yeah, dude. We are looking good. All right, let's hit play. We'll let things play out, see if anything crazy happens. You can see just a ton of guests all of a sudden swarming, flocking out to the new vendor shop area. It's looking really good, you guys. Looking really good. Somebody's actually eating at Mexcellente. Okay, that's my favorite restaurant or vendor, food stall, whatever you want to call it. But I don't think very many guests actually appreciate it like I do. I suppose as we're waiting for people to start, you know, funneling in over here, we should probably get our picnic tables sorted. So I am going to drop down one right here and one right here. They don't have to be perfectly square, I know, or like lined up with anything. I just want them to look good is all. There we go. All right, looking nice, dude, looking nice. And then umbrellas. What umbrellas were we using? This little area's gonna go. No guests use it, and actually it kind of just gets in everyone's way more than anything. New World Picnic Canopy is what we were using, so let's get these slid over to the new vendor area, dude. I am just, you guys, I'm so happy with the way that this has turned out. You have no idea. Apparently we also have music out here. Where's that coming from? Bernie's! Bernie's plays music! Oh no! Oh no! We have created a bit of a cluster here. Okay, guests not having the easiest time walking around, as you can see. But it's okay, walking is good for them. We've already got a lady out here, that's nice. Ma'am, you are currently missing your umbrella, so let me just help you out with that. Oh, never mind. See ya. You guys, please, just, oh my, it's these people. It's these people right here. Just go around them. I don't know what their problem was, but you should be good now. We might need to extend this. Another day, dude. I'm done messing with this building. I'm done tweaking it. We've got a bathroom, we've got a Bernie's, we've got a Mexcellente, and a Pip Shot Water. Very popular, but we're not quite done yet, you guys. Just before we wind things down, I do really want to go through and add like a bunch of the swamp decor, a bunch of foliage, a bunch of plants all around this new area that we've created just to make it look a little bit nicer. It's looking kind of bland. So I'll see you guys here in just a few minutes. Well, a second for you. It'll be a while for me.
Many minutes later.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I think I've done all the foliage decoration that I really care to do today, but that's not to say it doesn't look good. I just didn't want to do as much in the front as I did like up next to the water because I'm not 100% sure that this path right here is actually going to stay looking the way it does. I had another thought too, like, wouldn't it be cool if we could connect the path from this dock, I guess you could call it, over to our little like crossroad area, and it would be cool, but it just doesn't work. Oh, inspector. I didn't even know we had an inspector. education's back to 2 stars instead of just 1, so that's better than nothing, I guess. One of you did let me know that the reason the education probably isn't really up to par, up to where it needs to be, is because we don't have additional education stuff. Sure, we have a bunch of like habitat boards educating the guests on a particular species, but like we need conservation boards and a whole bunch of stuff. There's a whole bunch of stuff that still needs to be placed. That's kind of the theme with this zoo, but I am so incredibly happy that we finally got a decent looking facility put together. Like the past 2 episodes, we were struggling to just get 1 bathroom block complete. Now we've got something pretty dang cool. And I mean, these buildings out here are just as cool. They're really functional, and if we're planning on keeping these out here, if this is going to be their permanent home, we will, of course, add a bunch of plant decoration around them. But for right now, you guys, I think this is a perfect spot for us to wind things down at for today. So once again, if you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, leave a comment, help support the dream by smashing that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Peace.